Hey, just want to talk a little bit more and give you some more information. Let me start by talking about blooming colors. They got started with nothing but a little pup tent on a vacant lot with some plants. They were there for probably about a year or so, and then they got their lease and just went from there. I'm sure they were doing at least $1 million a year. And the gentleman who started that, I know he had good business sense. He'd grown up in business, so he had a lot going for him there. I don't think he had any kind of retail business before that. I have, after running a business for 20 years, I know a thing or two. I'm not an expert at it, but I know that I have some success with which I can share my experience with you on. I do not think this is something that you need to take out $1 million loan to get started. I think that you would need to take out a $20,000 to $30,000 loan to get started. That would involve doing some basic irrigation. You're going to have power. You're going to have gravel for roads, and then inventory. It it doesn't have to start out super big, and you may have to start out with a humble pay. But if you believe in what you're doing and you're dedicated to it, I believe that this can be as successful as you want it to be. Again, there's just not any good garden center out here. So, this location, it's got water, it's got a lot of land, it's got a lot of frontage, it's got a lot of visibility, and we're just not that far out that it's that big of a deal. The neighborhoods around here, there's Ashton Park, there's Ashton Lakes, there's Camden Ridge. They're putting in a lot of other neighborhoods. There's so much like growth has previously been in the direction of plant world and like that. Growth in this area is now moving in this direction. For many years, nothing has happened out in this direction. In the last year or two, it's just really boomed. In a way, I hate it, but I guess it's good for business. But if you, within 4 miles of here, there is just all kinds of development going on. As you go towards Dadeville, there's a little bit of activity going on there. As you go down towards Lafayette, there's a lot of big, like 5-10 acre development going on there. So there's customers all over the place. Look up another place. It's called the Sportsman's Outpost in Waverly, Alabama. Look up the Sportsman's Outpost in Waverly, Alabama. There is a big building. They sell guns and sporting stuff. They've been around for probably at least 10 years. If they can make it, I guarantee a lot more people are buying plants than they're buying guns and hunting gear. If they can make it, I see no reason why you couldn't make it. So, yeah, that too. We're located between Auburn and Waverly, Alabama. That's maybe another thing to research. But just look at the demographics, the growth of Auburn, Alabama, and I think you'll see again a really good opportunity. What do I want out of this? I'm just sort of throwing around a couple things. The name of my business is Creative Habitats Landscaping. It would be nice, not a have to, but a maybe, create your habitat. That sort of promotes my name. But I got to make sure you're going to make our name look good because we've been around for 20 years and we have a good name. I'm willing to give that up. It's a request. You definitely have to put in the capital investment with gravel, irrigation, things like that. I'm not going to put money up for that. I'm willing to give a number of months of no rent whatsoever so you can get your feet on the ground. And then as you grow, and I know that you're growing because I see the place growing, I would see your customers because I'm right across the street. As you grow, then at some point I'd be like, hey, I would like to begin to collect some lease money. And as the business grows to a point, it would, I don't know the amount yet, I have to do more research, but we would say, okay, once you get to a certain level of growth within a certain amount of time, I would like for you to be paying this much. And, we can talk about lease terms and time and things like that. I'm willing to be flexible on this. I'm willing to help you get your start going. I guarantee there's no other place that's going to say, go out there, be successful. I'll offer you my advice, my knowledge, and free rent for a while you get this thing off the ground. But if you're successful, then I'm successful, and I'm collecting money off the land that I've invested more money in. So, uh, hopefully, again, that will give you a little bit of motivation to give me a call at 334-319-4223, 334-319-4223, and let's talk a little bit more. If you're serious about it, then we'll work on getting a lawyer to draw up things, a real estate lawyer, because they know a lot more about this than I do, and we'll make sure that everyone's happy in the end.